I'm Paul Sims, here with
Khandi Alexander.
Stephen Root.
And Dave Foley.
And you're on the screen there. Go ahead,
We're
Paul.
talking to Joe there.
Yeah.
This was apparently the 5th episode we shot. During the first 7 episodes, Jimmy Burrows directed all of them.
Jimmy B.
Yay.
And he had also directed the pilot. And he was very fun to work with.
Yes. He was the first mountain, and then there came the Dark Valley.
Then the Dark Valley of directors
to Tom
after
Sharonis.
that,
Yeah.
until we got Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when Vicky's hair was
Vicky's
really
hair.
curly. Yeah.
She's going to love that.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Good morning, Bill. Big day tomorrow, huh?
Now that I remember it, Big Day was a sort of an inside joke between Joe Fury and I, because when we used to work at Letterman, our friend Jerry Mulligan would always see this sort of crazy homeless man on the street outside Rockefeller Center who would just walk around going, "Big day, big day,
Yeah.
Big day out.
So this
funny.
joke and the title of the episode amused 3 people exactly. A very select audience.
That's always the demographic we were going for.
And mission accomplished. We were talking in one of the other commentary sessions. At this point, I don't think we'd even really worked out what some of these people did at the station. Like Lisa was sort of a reporter, I guess.
Yeah. a
Matthew,
reporter,
I have
producer.
no idea what he was
We
supposed to
sent
be.
him out early. Didn't you send him out early to cover something live? So
That's true.
He was
a
kind of a reporter.
He wasn't mentally retarded in the first 6 episodes.
Came later.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was the one. Remember, he's the one who covers the subway disaster.
That's right.
Right.
And I actually there's even an episode where everyone's mad because I'm having dinners with Matthew.
Oh,
Which
is
I
that
don't
right?
think would happen in later episodes.
No.
You're having dinners
Yeah.
with Matthew.
I think it was around season 3 or 4 that we stopped having opening credits like this because as time went on, the network would whittle down the amount of actual time that we would have on the show. I
Right, it
think-
was like da-da-da-da.
Yeah. So we would
That's
just
all
put
we
the
would
title
get.
up and,
Yeah,
and
that
have
was it.
people's
Yeah.
names over the.
And hopefully they'd know who we were by then.
Yeah. So whose fault is it that TiVo is so successful? The greedy networks. Again,
Ancient technology.
Steam-driven laptop.
An ancient computer.
Again, before Steve Jobs came back and saved the company.
Are you hoping for a free computer out of this?
I hope so.
Well, he's going to mention that until he gets
Or
one.
at least an iPod?
I love Steve Jobs.
But,
Does everyone just look young and fresh?
Yeah.
we were.
My
We
God.
was young and fresh.
Well, how come you and Stephen both look even younger now, and I'm suddenly a middle-aged man.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's because you grew the beard.
Yeah, well, that I had to do something to distract from the gray hair.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of
Everybody's
people
on
on.
there.
See, everybody's
That
on
was-
this
that
show.
was the
Hello.
Ooh, kissing is good.
So I suppose this is another one of your favorite episodes,
Yes.
Dave.
Any of those that
I
you
love
get
the
to
episodes
kiss.
where I got to kiss Maura. Is there anything wrong with that?
Not a thing.
Oh.
That was
That was an in-joke.
enough not said.
We didn't say anything about it.
Moving right along.
All right.
And our relationship's still secret here in the show,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Except for Vicky. Beth knows.
Beth knows that you guys are doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, there goes that wardrobe problem again.
The maternity dress that
What's going on?
That is an odd looking.
yeah.
Choice.
And eventually Beth became so sexy and had great clothes.
Yeah,
Yes.
great clothes, very
That's right.
sexy.
But we had a bit of a staff change.
And I didn't wear brown after this season, I don't think either. It was
Yeah.
more dark grays and blues.
And look at the shoulders in this jacket. Another jacket that was deliberately sabotaged.
But it's a nice deep blue.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, the
It's a
jacket
nice
color
deep
is
blue.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good. Very good.
This DVD commentary has more fashion notes and remarks and
Well, it's
observations,
the only
probably.
Emmy we won, Paul. We
Yeah.
have to talk
Yeah,
about
that's
our
true.
clothes.
Focus on it.
The only Emmy we ever won was for
No.
wardrobe. That's right. We weren't even
How do you
nominated
like
for
that?
anything, were we?
No.
How do you like
We were
that?
never
We were
nominated for
and
ensemble, which
shocking,
shocked me.
Never even nominated for a SAG award.
No.
never even
Well-
invited back
Well,
to
that's
the
because
SAG
we
Awards.
behaved badly at the very
I was
first
going to say, do you
one.
remember what happened at the SAG Awards?
Well, Andy was
not-
at the
I
SAG
don't
Awards.
remember. I
Oh,
wasn't
we
there.
trashed it.
Oh, we trashed the
We
SAG
did.
Awards.
We were
I've
pretty
never
bad.
been invited
I think they
back
banned
to
it.
the
They,
SAG
no, they
Awards.
banned us pretty much after
Yeah,
that,
they-
and all
my
of us,
name's on the
all of
list.
us individually, I believe.
Yes,
So
yes, I'm on
that's
the
something to
list.
be proud of.
It
Yeah,
is. I'm not paying my union dues
this
anymore
was early
because of
on
that.
for us too. We got
Yeah.
we were still bonding as a group, and
Absolutely.
that involved eventually being back at the service bar, opening bottles of wine.
Well, we had a good time.
Our
did have a
table
good
was
time.
covered in
Yeah.
wine bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
We refused the food.
And the tables around us that weren't mad at us were really enjoying us. There were some
Because
people
they
saying,
wish they could have done
some
it.
people going, I wish we were at your table. And then there were other people going, I wish your table was not at your table.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But what was this episode about?
Yeah.
What are we talking
This
about
was
here?
about getting a raise, Dave.
Getting a raise, right.
Well, the bonuses.
The bonuses that I was going to give
bonus.
everybody.
The bonus
Yeah.
or the shaft.
Big Jimmy's going to get, or the shaft.
And he
right.
leaves it up to Dave to select who is going to get the one big bonus,
Yeah.
and everyone else is going to
And
get a
here's
small
what
bonus.
they call in the entertainment business or the sitcom world the B story.
Correct.
All right.
This is the B story.
Somebody left
story.
stuff
Food.
all over the table. I remember that. I remember that
that's
B
right.
story.
This is
That's
another
right.
one drawn directly from my personal life upstairs in the office with the writers, where
They
people
would-
would
some
come
people
in.
would take your food?
No, they would come in and leave their half-eaten food on my desk, and for some reason it would infuriate
Everything
me.
goes
Yeah.
in the show. Everything from
Everything.
life goes in
right.
the show, which is great.
It's really good.
The
And there's that guy who starred Nicholas Nickleby walking past. He fell
This
on
is
hard
when we
times.
still
He
had.
did background
This
work
is when
for
we
us.
still had backgrounds.
Yeah.
And, it didn't last that long.
It's like some cruel magic trick.
Oh, gotta love Jimmy James.
Yeah.
You know, it
said
seems to me that earlier in the series, Jimmy was a little bit more of a hard.
I was a
hard
little
ass.
more of a
threatening.
prick. I was,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
You
then
never
I got
quite
to
knew.
love everybody.
Yeah, it's just a little company I do business with.
Oh, what do they do?
They make pens. Anyway,
So for some reason, also after.
Oh, this was a hard show. I don't know why this was such a hard show for me, but it was.
Was this one of the, I can remember only 2 shows where you got hung up on a line
Yeah,
and
I couldn't go, and I couldn't go any farther with it. And this was one of them.
thanks. I'd also like to give one person a bonus of $0.
Zero?
Yeah, $0.
That's a pickup.
Or as I
Yep.
Yeah, well, I
Again,
think
for the viewers at home, those shots where you suddenly feel all the energy sucked out of your body.
those were done later.
Yeah, those are done.
Yeah,
Those are called
later.
pickups. Done
Pickups.
after the audience has gone home and
Yeah.
after the actors
Which
have
was
stopped caring.
Stop caring about the scene and or the life.
Well, the way we would shoot the show is when it was going well is the audience would come in at 7:30. We'd
Yeah.
do each scene twice, or maybe 3 times. Go all the way through the show like that,
Yeah.
and then release what was left of the audience,
Yep.
and go back and pick up any things that we wanted to do differently or shots that we'd missed earlier.
Yeah. And
But
they
it
were-
was so later. After a while, as we went in later seasons, didn't we do the pickups right after the scene, so we didn't have to stay
started-
later?
Yeah, sometimes
I think
we would do
did.
that.
And our
too.
shoot nights got shorter and
shorter and
especially
shorter.
once- they were pretty short with Jimmy. And
Yeah,
then
they were short with Jimmy, and they were short
Always.
With Tom.
The I always found also that when we were shooting the show, the first time we would do the scene, there would be laughs, but the second time was always bigger laughs because I think the people weren't focusing, the audience wasn't focusing so much on what was being, on missing a line or something,
Right.
and they were a little looser.
Well,
Yeah.
well, so were we, though. I mean, we were still at this point learning who the hell we were in the show.
Cell phone humor. that really sort of dates the show.
Yeah.
That's better. That's clear. It's almost. That is perfectly clear. Yeah, that's great. I gotta go.
If Jimmy James ever came close to having a catchphrase, I think it might have been "I gotta
I
go."
gotta go. Yeah, I said that. I said that a lot. That and we're way over budget.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Way over budget. Those
Yeah.
are my 2 catchphrases.
Well, that was a combination of a catchphrase and a sort of lazy writer's
Yeah.
way of trying
That's,
to quickly figure out a story to do.
But Mr. James, these people work hard for you.
That would be Dave's catchphrase.
That'd be Dave.
Mr. James.
Mr. James, these people work hard for you.
Or Matthew, what are you doing?
Matthew.
That's
Yeah.
true.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then
Actually, most of my dialogue could be summed up with Matthew, Joe, Matthew,
And my
Joe.
whole character was Dave.
Yeah.
That's it. That sums
I
us up.
think if Matthew had a catchphrase, it would either be "What up," which
Yeah.
came
That's
later,
good.
or "Huh."
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
Bill, I'll take care of
Phil
Dicker.
Dicker.
Phil Dicker.
That's Phil
One of our
Dicker.
stand-ins.
not eating that there.
I loved these scenes when there was something going on in the deep background. Additionally to the foreground.
Very tati.
Well, thank you. I mean, merci.
But this was nice because we had, look, I mean, this is a long scene.
Yeah.
Long,
We used to-
one long
especially-
takes. They were great.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Especially the first
Couple
batch
of
of
three,
shows.
yeah.
There were a lot of times where we'd come out and do like 20, do almost like 20 pages of that.
Yeah, it was
stop.
pretty amazing.
It was good.
And it was good for the show, good for us as actors.
Oh, I remember that.
Here we go.
Bill, I think that would be Shaft.
Hey.
He's the cat that won't cop out when there's danger all about?
Again, Bill, we're talking about Shaft.
Damn right.
I remember a lot of people liked
They
this
say
scene.
that cat Shaft is one bad mother.
Shut up, you guys.
We're just talking about Shaft. I can dig it.
I love that.
That is silly and funny.
Good.
That's funny.
Yeah. And there's the Burroughs touch, just people just walking through frame, delivering a lifeline.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, which is lovely.
Nice movie.
Sir, I don't want to give the shaft to anybody.
But you got to. That's a great motivator. I mean, it's all about motivation, Dave.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think
I didn't think motivation was important either.
I'm just
So I
listening
got
for this
involved
joke.
with some motivational seminars, and it really changed my life.
Really? That surprises me. I didn't think you were the sort of person that would attend one of those.
No, I don't. I put them together. Packed a few hundred suckers into a motel ballroom, hired out a work actor to paraphrase the opening scene from Patton, charging $500 a pop, and boom, Bob, you're on.
That's quite a mouthful there.
It was.
Great.
No problem with that line.
No.
To drop the big bonus, forget about the shaft.
I got to go,
and just
Dave.
give everybody an equal bonus.
Well, now how you gonna motivate people? But,
Stephen, you're originally from Florida, is that right?
No, I ended up going to the University of Florida, but I was a Midwest kid.
Really?
Yeah.
But you have sort of a southern accent.
Where's
well,
Jimmy from?
I was there in my formative years.
Yeah.
Okay? But yeah, no, I was a Midwest kid, all Iowa and Indiana and Missouri, and ended up in Florida.
And where was Jimmy James from? Did we ever establish that?
But I did say something about the Florida Gators because you let me one
Oh,
time.
that's right.
Is in ad revenue. WNYX News.
One of the
Time.
few rare times we see someone actually on the air doing their job.
That won't happen again.
I think this might have been one of my favorite scenes.
Who is that?
That's Monkey Man.
For me to turn my back.
Is this the part where he says,
Watching.
"You're sly, but so am I"?
What you talk to me about?
No, I just wanted you to tell Jimmy that 3,000 wasn't going to be enough for me this year.
Pardon me?
The big bonus, the one Jimmy gives me almost every year for my consistent level of excellence. I mean, that's right. Go ahead. Sit down. Oh, okay. Perhaps another time. You're very sly, but so am I.
Paul's favorite line.
Yeah, there we go. That
Just
amuses
tell
me.
Jimmy. Bigger big bonus.
Yeah.
Dave, play moderator and ask us some questions.
Oh, okay, but I
I'm
thought
watching the show now.
I thought I
It's
got
too
sucked
much
into
watching
watching too. I thought you were David Susskind.
No, I hereby turn
He's
over
been
the role
doing
to
it.
you.
You get
Yeah.
to do it now.
It must be a perm theme going on
Yeah.
there too, though. Have you noticed?
Well, it's the different
With,
fill hair.
yeah.
It
Coming
was
up in the
different.
second act, our new moderator and interviewer, Dave Foley.
All right,
There
well, let
you
me
go.
think of questions to ask. I can't think of anything.
Oh, that's
moderator. I can talk about
Hold
This
it. I can tell you that's a copy of Grand Royal magazine that my friend Bob Mack had just put together, and I
you had to
promised
put it on
him
the
I would put it
show.
on the
Yeah.
show.
There you
I think
go.
that was another step in Beth's character development, was lying on my
Lying on the
couch.
Lying on the couch, yeah.
Me being inappropriately comfortable in my office.
So we had the gum, the outfits,
There you go.
lying on the
Hair.
couch, always eavesdropping,
The big
Yeah.
hair.
the big hair.
Yeah.
And then early on, especially when Jimmy Burrows was directing, I think a few times we tried something about she was always having sex with delivery men.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we did
remember that.
I think that ran. I think that may have gone
No,
throughout
yeah,
the season,
that
series.
went for a
Did it?
while. Yeah.
That she was
was a
kind of
good thread.
slutty.
I always found that kind of unsavory.
Oh, I
Again.
liked it. I thought it was good.
I like it too.
I found it demeaning to women. And on that basis,
You
I
are
object to it.
so full of it.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
The good girl.
Yeah, everyone be quiet because I think we might kiss.
Ah, the best part of the show. And your ties keep getting wider with every show.
I know I
Yeah.
keep saying we shouldn't talk about wardrobe, but she looks like a youth brown shirt in this. What is that outfit?
I know.
That first 7.
I like the pants though. We should wear some
Pants are good.
wear some good pants.
The tie.
All right, this must be leading up to. Is it gonna what? No kissing? What?
You're hoping it's leading up to a kiss?
Well,
I
that's
hope
what he's
so.
waiting for.
That's right.
I like to
She's
reminisce
waiting
about
for
those.
it.
Yeah.
You know, all this WNYX stuff is all on eBay now.
Is it?
I don't know
wow.
where it came from, but it's all out there now.
I know. I didn't take any souvenirs home from the show.
Well,
I
don't know.
did. I've got the Jimmy James runs for president chair.
That's good.
I've got that, and a couple of my pins for Jimmy James for president. That's about all I got.
I have the Nijinsky article that we all
Oh
read.
yeah, for
On the
3
table.
years. We
You
read
had
that
it
article for
framed,
3
didn't you?
years.
that's right.
Oh my God,
that's
yes.
right. That was the greatest. I remember that.
This Nijinsky sounds like an interesting character.
The,
That's
I
right.
can't believe we never got that in the show.
When we were
that
all
we said
sitting around the
Nijinsky.
table, they would never
Change the papers.
They would just get more and more yellow.
So for years we read about
Nijinsky
Nijinsky.
on the
And
same
then when
page.
I left
I've
the show,
forgotten
the
about
cast
that.
had it framed and given to me.
Oh, is that true? Yeah. That's funny.
That's nice. That's good, honey.
That's good.
really good.
Well, I have the coat rack by the front door and the final conference table.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, that's a good one.
wow.
Cool.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's good.
And Joe Fury has one of the life preservers from the Titanic
And
episode.
I think Robert has a cup from that.
You know what I have from the Titanic episode
What?
is I have a whole bunch of 3D slides that I took, and I gave the
really?
photographer. I have some, especially one of Joe trying to plug a leak in the break room with its
Oh
flooding.
yeah, it's still
It's on
spurting. I bet
3D.
it's
Oh,
great.
it's really good.
Oh, very cool.
That's good.
And there's a weird picture of it's macabre now, but it's
Yeah.
a picture of Stephen sitting next to Phil when Stephen was made up as a corpse.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. That's so odd. It's so odd.
Yeah. I guess we'll talk more about this in the Titanic
well,
episode.
the Titanic episode. That's another season.
Yeah.
I think Matthew's throwing a fit.
Oh, he does
Yeah.
that. He
Yeah.
does that.
Well, that's a
occasionally.
change of pace.
Yeah. He was.
Matthew's throwing a fit.
Would you please call the staff to the conference table for a meeting?
Staff to the conference table for a meeting.
Tell them it's about the bonuses.
It's about the
So,
bonuses.
Dave, I understand you were going to interview us.
Yeah.
at
What's
this
going
point.
on? Yeah, tell
All right.
us.
Well, what should
Gosh,
I
the table's
ask now?
huge. Look how big it
Look
is.
at it. That's the table.
That's the old one.
It's
Huge.
finally got cut down to its size.
It's gigantic.
Now, what sort of thing? Well, what I mean, I don't know what to ask. Just trying to think of something that would be. I know what kind of reports would you get during a normal day about how things were going on the floor?
Yeah, like say during the Jimmy B time.
Oh, during those times, everything was fine.
Fine, because he was in control of the show.
Yeah,
and, we were
and
going
his
good.
rehearsals were remarkably fast.
Oh,
We'd
they
have
were.
the table reading,
Yeah.
and two
Heaven.
hours later, we'd be watching a
Heaven.
run through.
Right.
That was good and fun. It wasn't until the director of the
Du jour,
weekdays that
yeah.
that things would be difficult.
Because you guys, I know, we're mostly up at that point in the day trying to sleep.
Yes, that is true.
But so when you'd be
were
woken from
sleepy.
your naps,
Usually, it was it was the first AD at the time, who later became the producer, Kent Zabornik, who would wake me up from my nap and say it was time for run through. And I just remember it was always like,
Yeah, you.
It was
you
like
coming in with your hair.
Yeah.
Your hair is all just total bed
And
hair.
a cigarette.
Yeah, and a cigarette.
For me, it was like Russian roulette, because I would wake up and I would say to Kent, "How's it going down there?" And if he said good, I was like, "Oh, thank God." And then sometimes he would go, "I think some people might have some questions." I was like, "Oh no."
Don't ask me.
I think every once in a while he said, "Not so good," but
So good. But that wasn't very often in the first few years.
no.
No, that would
was-
be.
we had a
say
good
rat
time.
funeral.
Brad funeral.
Rat
That's
funeral.
yes.
Okay, here comes the Oprah hair. See?
Yeah,
You're
This
right.
is the
That is
Oprah
a
hair.
I like
very
your other
unusual.
hair better. You're
Oprah.
so
That's
right.
Yeah.
You're
Second
so
year,
right.
I got a better wig.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was a little formidable.
Okay.
This is very
The
interesting.
episode.
Candy had virtually nothing to do with the episode, except she comes in at the end and
the
wins
big
the
bonus.
Yeah.
And who gets the shaft?
I'll be taking the shaft just to make you all feel guilty.
God bless you, David.
Okay, this is the episode where Joe Ferry comes to me
Yes.
and Paul, and they go, "Can you say, this last line with a little, can you just, and they wouldn't get it out. And I looked at them and said, "Oh, you mean like Walona? Is that it? What, you want Tootie?"
What you just did.
Yeah.
You just did it.
And the two of them just kind of walked away. Is that what you want? Just say it.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
unfortunately,
poor white boy.
for the rest of the series, then that became the shorthand. Go, "Could you do a little more Walona on that one?"
Wow. Which is great.
Yeah, we found our own
Yeah.
sort of vocabulary, I
Shorthand to
guess.
go in.
They used to, they used to sit around a lot going, "All right, who here is good at talking to a negress?" Anyone?
Matthew
Yeah.
and Rogan.
Oh my God, that's
Very
funny.
good.
Well, that's an unusual angle. I don't think we saw a lot in the show.
No, we didn't. Oh, that wasn't Phil's best side.
Is that the same tie with a different suit, or
I don't know. There's
from the other?
Oh, I remember
episode?
that.
That's good.
Two funny Canadians right there.
Is that better, Bill?
Maybe we should talk about this another time.
The relationship between Dave and Bill was much more contentious early on, and then they sort of became weird friends in some way.
yeah.
That's very funny.
Great.
One of the many magical things that could never really happen in real life,
No.
but
Yeah.
somehow it worked.
It's scary.
I like the fact that your character, Dave, was so young and innocent. By the end of the show, you just hated everybody. Your character was so funny because you were
Oh,
disgusted
God.
by all of us. You were this nice young boy at the beginning, and then we just killed you. We
Hatred.
killed you.
Hatred.
We killed you throughout the series.
Well, again, I was playing the part of Paul Sims. So whatever was happening to Paul happened to Dave.
That's right.